Okay, so today what we've chosen to do is do some subject knowledge about angles. So what is the definition of an angle? So the definition of an angle is the space between two intersecting lines or surfaces at or close to a point that they meet. Okay, so what type of terminology are we going to be using with the children? So what types of angles are there? We have acute, obtuse, reflex and right angle. An acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees when measured with a protractor. An obtuse angle is an angle that is above 90 degrees when measured with a protractor. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees and is shown by a square in the corner. And a reflex angle is an angle that is measured on the outside, like so. So just some angles facts for you. If we had a straight line there is an angle of 180 degrees on a straight line. In a circle, there are 360 degrees within that circle. And all angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So how do we measure angles? Well, we measure them with a protractor. We put our protractor on the vertex of the angle that we're trying to measure, and we make sure that our midpoint is right on this central line here. We make sure that the bottom of our protractor is straight with one of the lines, and then we read from 0 up to our angle. So this angle I have got to be around about 48 degrees. So are there any misconceptions with this method? Well, yes, of course. There's bound to be. For instance, the protractor that I've been using is obviously one that's come from a set, and therefore it's quite difficult to read. The numbers go from 0 all the way to 180 on both sides. So children may find it difficult to read or use the scale in which to find their angle. So for example, on here, I have the angle as 48 degrees, but another child may read from this side and get to 132 degrees, which of course wouldn't be right. So we must make sure that we are teaching the children how to use protractor properly. To do this, if you're working on an interactive whiteboard, for instance, you can use big protractors on your smart whiteboard in order to help the children to understand the placement of the protractor. The other misconception that we have here is that the arms of the angle are often, there is often a misconception that the longer the arms of the angle, the bigger the angle must be. Obviously, as we can see from angle A and angle B, the angle A is the bigger of the two angles, although it doesn't have the bigger length. What we must reinstate with the children is that an angle is an amount of turn. It is not anything to do with the arms of the angle. So what activities can we play with the children? Well, there's lots of activities that we can do. I've chosen a few. Concept cartoons are a great way for children to discuss their ideas, promoting obviously discussion, promoting debate, and promoting a child's understanding from not only the teacher but their peers as well. So in this one, we're giving them a concept cartoon that we would like the children to discuss in order to find out what they can about these three triangles. Another activity that we could use with the children is to get some colourful tape and to pop it on the children's desks, or even on the floor if we wanted to take the learning outside the classroom. The children can then use big protractors to measure the inside angles of the quadrilaterals that have been made by the brightly coloured tape. Another activity that we could do with the children is one that is real life. So the opening of a door obviously has different angles dependent on how far you were to open it. So the children could get coloured tape as well, again, like you can see in the example, and to open the door as wide as that particular angle gives the children a real understanding of how big angles are by the use of opening a door. So from those activities, there are loads of other resources that are on the internet. I've just put some websites down for you to see. The NCETM website is a wealth of journal articles and activities for the children to do, along with Enrich Maths and ATM as well. They are the big maths organisations that can help you with this planning for angles with the children. The other two that I put on there are more interactive, so ICT Games and BBC Bite Size have lots of information and activities, interactive activities that you can do with the children to help them better understand angles. Hope that helps. Thank you.